Good morning. Many people were talking about the moon last evening as it rose, and here it's still completely up but becoming more pale and faint as the sun rises. So let me show you the moon before it disappears completely. "20 minutes ago it was much further up and obviously brighter. Still we're in November, and this tree has its blossoms, which started back in July. Sometimes we are fascinated and astonished by the amazing power of God when we contemplate nature, like the sunrise, the constellations, the galaxies, the stars. Today is the day when we feel, with the readings, the tenderness of God, an amazing tenderness, where He gathers us in His arms. We have the parable of the lost sheep. And then it's not just that He goes and finds the lost sheep, but He rejoices that He found the lost sheep. And if we have any experience of that in our lives, that we were misguided, that we were far away, that we were excluded, that we were abandoned, this is a great gospel passage. We should allow it to give us personally a lot of comfort. This is our God who has that love for us, who wants to come and gather up somebody who is very broken, very tired, very discouraged. Today a lot is said of a lack of self-worth. Somebody alone here taking nice pictures. So maybe we need to enter that parable a lot more also in order to be able to understand and help others. Good morning. Welcome. Where are you from? The U.S. I'm from heaven.
Wonderful.
I'm from heaven, but I was born in the Holy Land of Ireland, and then I work here in the Promised Land. Kelly. You were the group last evening that came with the brethren.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember now. Yes. That's nice to see the brethren here. And there's something very good about that. Today we're commenting the passage of the lost sheep. That's the gospel reading we have.
Okay.
It's an interesting thing. We're in a time when a lot of people feel very lonely, feel abandoned, isolated. It's a society that's so connected, but yet it's a society where people can be incredibly lonely, depressed, down. So I think the parable of the lost sheep is one of great comfort, and also for all of us to take lessons from how to look after somebody who is lost and down, or how to look for them, to go and look for the lost sheep, to find them, you know. We're doing the live stream here.
Okay.
So if you'd like to speak a word of wisdom, you can. if you prefer to leave it like that, that's also okay. Wonderful. Enjoy. Keep enjoying.
Cheers.
See you later. This was wonderful last night to welcome this group of, what was it? I think it's Old German Baptist Brethren. Or old, it has to be like that, right? Old Baptist German Brethren, Old German Baptist Brethren. Maybe it was Old German Baptist Brethren. And they come from various states, even some from Virginia. And the ladies have their special headgear. And, you know, it's just so special. They have maintained certain exterior cultural values besides the warmth of their persons, their serenity, their composure, their gentleness in dealing and speaking. It's a type of community one realizes has not sold out to certain superficialities of life and judgment. But of course every community has its own weaknesses, its own trials, its own challenges. Oh, that was a cat that ran in there. I saw something heading there, but just simply a cat. And then there's also another, it's really a corollary of the same thought that's equally wonderful. In the first reading, although it's talking in a certain sense about a more dramatic reality of death, as well as everything else, where the Lord is the Lord of everything, of life and death. Whether we live for the Lord. If we die for the Lord. Whether we live or die, we are the Lord's. And there's obviously great gain from the concept of emancipation, the concept of independence, the concept of self-made person. But there's also great gain that shouldn't be lost from the real dominion of the Lord for all of our lives, for all of our life. And this real dominion is exercised like the good shepherd who looks for the lost sheep. It's not a dominion to crush, but it's a dominion to give life. It's a life-giving dominion. And then there's also in our time a breakaway from that. And maybe a lot of our loneliness and our despair in our world, our unease and anguish comes from precisely this emancipation from God, this leaving God, this renouncing His Lordship. And the fact is that we didn't make the world, and we didn't make the sunrise, and we didn't design atoms, and we didn't make DNA, and there was a provident hand over our history. Like Joseph telling his brothers, the Lord sent me here before you, so you would have food in time of famine. The perspective of God's lordship. And we use that word. We need to use it correctly. We shouldn't let our human broken exercise and broken experience of lordship damage our ability to entrust ourselves to God's lordship, because it's the good lordship, it's the lordship of the good shepherd. At the end of the day, the good shepherd is also the one who became flesh for our sake, and who went on to Calvary for our sake. So it's a very serious self-giving. It's not just a romantic little parable of a shepherd here on the hills looking for a sheep, that if you're a farming boy in the rainy west of Ireland looking for that, it can be cold and physically miserable out there, spending hours trying to look after a herd and feed them and lead them. But it's really a burdensome and a call of grace, a great self-giving and commitment. I think of parents looking after very difficult children who've gone really astray. The shepherding that they provide, the help they provide, that good shepherding, gently taking up the lost in their arms and bringing them back. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, you're called to be a good shepherd for everybody in your family, neighborhood, when you're in the supermarket and somebody needs a little special help. Crossing the street, somebody can't see very well, not paying attention, somebody that has become inebriated or addicted. Compassion and mercy towards those who are broken. This is a great foundation for culture, for society. These texts are very helpful. There's one author of life, and there's one who is Lord of life and calls us to eternal life. We don't take these decisions into our hands. I believe that I shall see the bounty of the Lord in the land of the living. What a wonderful psalm we have today. Psalm 27. People, God bless you. See you later, alligators. It's a glorious morning.